Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to Monday. Here we go. Back at it. Fun little week. Looking forward to Beer Fest coming up this Saturday.
Beer.
Fun week, yeah. Gonna be a lot of beer stuff going on.
And the premiere of the BDIPA.
The premiere of the beer.
We're going to be able to try it on Friday. Due South's going to come in.
Oh.
Yeah. Think we're going to have Royal and the Savory Eats in here as well. They were doing the Mac and Cheese Fest over the weekend at Due South.
God, there goes the diet. Oh my gosh, I can't resist Savory Eats.
Are we having a beer fest before Beer Fest?
Yeah, we got Founders in on Thursday. They do really good stuff. In fact, they do the all-day IPA that I drink a lot. It's a lower alcohol IPA. I had one of those yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So
And
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah.
There you go,
We'll be having some
Bird.
beer.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep. It'll be good times.
By Saturday, we're going to be like, I can't. I've been doing it for 3 days now.
Oh, yeah. Better strap it up.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Get ready, Bird.
Got some stuff
ready.
going on. Yep.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm a shell of a man.
Yeah, that live show, boy, that aged us a little bit on Friday.
It did.
Boy, that was quite a time. Ashley and Josh sent an email, said we made it to the live show on Friday, and we're so glad we did. You did not disappoint. The pizza and the beer selection was as good as you said it would be. Finally tried Civil Society's Fresh. It was great, and I now get the hype, so thanks, Kev.
Good.
Yep.
Look at you.
Extra thank you to Jaybird for buying my husband Josh that 10% beer that neither of them needed to be drinking at all. Always,
Oh, yeah. I remember that, Cat.
Always fun to see my husband fall apart before sunset.
Look, your husband wasn't the only one. A lot of people's husbands fell apart.
Yeah.
Before it was full on bright outside and people were falling out.
Yep. I really wish I could have gotten a picture of that shit-faced lady Jennifer licking Jaybird's ear. I really hope he remembers WTF she was saying in his ear and can tell us.
I do.
I need to know.
I remember everything.
Could you understand her?
She
I was
was
struggling.
See, my whole thing was I didn't know what was going on, and I know cameras were rolling, and everyone's laughing, having a good time, and I wasn't sure if something was legit wrong with her. I didn't know what was going on.
She was hammered.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And she may have been on something.
She just was telling me,
big fan.
She was
Big fan.
Look, the
we
passion.
love the enthusiasm.
We're not taking nothing from the passion.
Yep.
She
Beautiful
said-
soul.
She said she loved the show, and she thought I looked cute, and
You wasn't wrong.
and there was a couple other. I mean, that's pretty much kind of all I remember.
Did she offer you any kind of side love?
No, I just remember her like basically grabbing onto me and not letting me go. And I was telling Kevin, I felt like the predator had caught its prey and would not let it go.
She's very affectionate.
She wouldn't let me go.
I get it. If I had you, I wouldn't let you go either. She had you.
You're basically describing every girl that's ever loved you.
But even though she made me horribly uncomfortable, she was very sweet.
She was, and she
Yeah.
was very entertaining.
Yep.
Not the best contestant for Read My Lips, but hey,
No.
you know, who is?
Neither was I, and I'm on the show, so I forgot how to play that game.
Said, I cannot wait for the next live show. Thank you for the Beer Fest tickets. See y'all next Saturday for a night we probably won't remember. P.S. Buds needs to start catering Beer Fest. It's the perfect meal for after you've been overserved.
Where's the Buds food truck?
It's a great call. I'll talk to Philip about this. That's a great investment, actually.
You should do the Buds food truck.
All coming into place, yes. Okay, I'll talk to him.
Say what up to Monica, part of the crew that had the White Claws there at the front table.
I love them. They were so funny.
I remember them.
Yeah, they're drinking them. And
They all got White Claws because that's the drink that Kevin had when he kind of grew horns.
That's always the key to doing those things is having the first couple tables on your side and that know who you are. That's a great help.
They did, and they were in on it, and they
Yeah.
were playful with the White Claw.
Well, there were parts of the people there that had never heard of our show, and I could tell by their face, like, what the fuck is this? Why are those two guys have pantyhose on their head?
Yeah, y'all may want to go sit on the patio
yeah,
if you don't
we took
know
over. Yeah,
what's
I mean,
going on.
we're going to own this place for the next hour.
With craziness and debauchery.
They say even comedians do that. They'll go into some of the places they perform and put tables together and have a whole set out right in the front because it makes them perform better.
I get it.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's tough when you look out and you're getting judgmental eyes shot back at you and those daggers. You had to keep doing what you're doing.
Totally.
You just either are like, I don't care, or you just do it out of spite. But it's tougher. It's a challenge when you look out there and like, okay, they're not liking this act. Got this email of thanks to me from Alan. Said, hey, I wanted to thank you, Kev, this past weekend. We were celebrating my girlfriend's birthday. So I was running some errands, and I picked up the Corona Fresca hard water variety pack. I thought it'd be refreshing. I got home, I cracked open the coconut lime, and went down quick and smooth. And they do. But midway through the second one, I started feeling it. And I said, there's no way this 4.5% water can be hitting me already. And I tell you, I'll have like a Corona, kind of got back to Coronas.
and you'll be fine.
I don't feel it at all. It's like I just drank a regular water. Like you can have 3-4 Coronas. I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling it a little bit, and it's not even the same way. If I have like a tall glass of water and I stay away from it, then I'll be like going, okay, it's flushed out of my system. I feel good. I can keep drinking Coronas. When it comes to the White Claws and these whatever hard waters they are, I said I normally drink vodka with no problem. So I was shocked that this was hitting me so early.
Wow.
I remembered your story, which I thought you were being a little B originally, but now I am a believer, and I totally am behind you on these malt liquor hard waters. They are insane. So I want to thank you for paving the way and reporting it on air to help me avoid having a queen situation with my girlfriend. I knew I had a long night of drinking, and I wanted to land on the buzzed platform and not fall off to the drunken, stumbling buffoon platform on her birthday.
Amen.
Yeah, it's legit.
You've done a public service here today.
It was, because it gets in your head. You're thinking it's water, basically, with a little kick. No, it is water with a punch in the nuts.
And it's not the same
Yeah.
buzz
No, it's
as
not.
your beer buzz
No,
of
it's
a
not.
4%er. It's just not.
It reacts with your system different, and you act like a maniac. Like I said, after 3, you grow horns, so don't even try it.
Devil juice.
It is devil juice. Watch those things.
Or give it to somebody you really don't like and then just sit back.
No, because you got to deal with them then.
Yeah, why?
And they're going to turn into an asshole.
So they can
Yeah.
try to fight you? Fuck that.
Yeah, no, not fun at all. Not fun at all. Jared from Stewart said, I'm a longtime listener, and I've recently gotten into texting into the show, and this is the first time I've emailed in. I thought I would share a run-in with Virginia. We were checking out Rock the Spectrum Saturday afternoon. As we were about to open the door, out comes Virginia. My wife says, hey, she's from the show that you like. I introduced myself as a big fan. I was holding my 2-year-old daughter, and she kept saying, mi poto. Virginia asked what she was saying. I was embarrassed, so I said, oh, she's just talking in Spanish, and brushed it off. My daughter was saying in Spanish, my butt, since she was sitting for a while. But I was able to play it off. On our way home, my wife and I laughed our heads off.
Oh, it's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, that's where Rocco had his birthday. It's like one of those
Okay.
indoor play places for kids. It is super fun, and it's right there by our house. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, in the summertime, parents, we cannot be in the park with these kids. I am just instantly covered in sweat at the park.
Oh, yeah.
The indoor play place is where it's at.
Sure. Yeah.
You can get like a little beverage and sit there. And
Yeah, we're at the point now. If you're walking outside for more than 5 minutes, you're going to come back in the house sweaty.
It's awful.
There's no way you're not.
It's so hot.
It is. It's crazy. It's miserable. Love the KVJ hate songs and the Bachelor Boot Camp. By the way, still waiting for Suits to do Drunk Girl Trivia. Okay. Never know. Maybe in the fall, come back for a while. Maybe.
Was Suits hosting it?
Yes,
Nice.
Suits hosting.
Nice.
We'll see. Also, another run in. Got to say, what up? Thanks to you and your wife, Kev, for taking a photo with us on your Saturday. I was kind of chilling out with the Mexican Queen. We're at Cholo Soy that I talk about there in the Antique District in West Palm.
Oh, okay.
Great ceviche, and then they've got also fresh on tap. Civil Society's just down the way.
Nice.
So we were just sitting there, and somebody said, "Hey, we're here because of you." And I was like, "Oh, no way!" And yeah, so that was Mark and Michelle Moore. They had come all the way from Okeechobee.
Oh, wow.
And they had stopped off at Civil Society, and they had some fresh. And it was so good. And then they went to Cholo Soy, and the fresh mixed with ceviche because it's kind of a, it's a fresh IPA. It's,
Sure.
Kind of got a lot of
Hops.
citrusy notes
Yeah.
on it. And so that paired with, the ceviche, it's absolutely amazing. So they popped in and got a little photo there.
Look at you
Right out back.
shaping people's weekends.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, handsome AF.
Yeah. How about that, huh? There we go. So, yeah, just had a fun
That's
little
always
weekend.
cool when you run into people like that. That they're like, "Oh, we're here. I heard you talking about it. We're here."
Yeah.
Is he always here? Because they go and you're there and you just talked about
You're
it.
like Beetlejuice. They just talk about it and you appear.
Yeah, I got to tell you, and it was kind of odd, too, and I got to say thanks to them because the manager overheard them, and he's like, "You know what? That second beer's free."
Whoa.
Look at that.
Yeah, so y'all got me a free fresh.
And then he's
so.
like, "Are you the Kevin Ralston?"
I don't know if he knew who I was,
Cop
but
the
he
entire
just-
meal.
He was like, "They're here because you." I'm like, "I guess." And so he's like, "Yeah, I heard that." He's like, "I'll pay for that second beer." I'm like,
Wow.
"Gosh, that's amazing."
That's fun.
Yeah,
It's
that's
you
just
power.
That's when life is just going well.
And then you walked outside and a bird shit on you.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of life doesn't go that well. So when something like that happens, you're just like, I bask in. I'm like, all right, something went my way.
You got to enjoy those small wins, baby.
And that was actually
I-
a free beer for me is a big win, actually. So I was like, wow, that's amazing.
I would argue life
big
is
stuff.
Life is just about those wins. Those
Oh,
kind
that's
of
it.
wins. That really is what living is about, in my opinion.
I try to amplify those and forget the bad moments, and
Yeah.
that's just kind of how I live life. There you go, selective memory. Let me see. Benton said, the Queen. He said, just finished listening to the podcast, and the Queen needs to be on every week. Maybe her own segment. Just saying. That was a good listen.
It was.
Love listening. You guys have a great day. Emotionally, I'm not sure I could handle a weekly segment, but I do appreciate the request.
Came hard.
Well, that was so good because it was so real, and you want that element. That's what made it so awesome.
You were squirming, and that made it awesome.
We were all squirming, and when I say all, the audience.
Tough.
He
That was a
wanted to
tough
say his own name and disappear.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Yes, if I could have just popped out on that one, that would have been great.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yes, so it was sparingly, but every now and then I'm like, what the hell? I can take a little beating
It's good for you every now and then. It keeps you honest.
every now and then.
And it really did turn into a public service announcement about White Claw.
Yeah,
Be careful.
yeah, of many things.
It's a different ride.
Be careful of life.
Be careful of life.
So many people have been texting me about this Mercury in retrograde now.
Yeah.
You can tell that the media has picked up on this because now everybody and their mother's talking about it. I don't think this is the first time this has ever happened.
But people are seeming to be more affected by it.
because everyone's talking about it, and this could be psychosomatic.
Right.
If you tell everybody, I mean, even I was supposed to start a project over the weekend, and I stopped doing it because I'm like, "Fuck, Kevin said don't start projects during." I would have thought that last year. It's affecting everyone's thinking because the media.
And in
Yeah.
anything that remotely goes wrong before the end of the month, people are going to say, Mercury in retrograde.
I mean, when you really think about it, the media drives a lot of the decisions you make in your life, and that's a
Oh, the
scary
power.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Riggy's in control.
Riggy's in
gosh.
control.
White Claw sales down 12%. I hope White Claw's not at this Palm Beach Summer Beer Fest. Is it?
No, I think what we have there is the cocktails that we had. in here.
Flirt? What was it? Flirt? Flirty?
Fling.
Fling.
Yeah.
Fling. Those were delicious.
Yeah, I think they're going to be there.
I'm a big
Part
fan
of
of
it.
those fling.
Yep. Going to be doing a podcast there. Starting it off, we got some of the brewers coming in, and we got Dave from the Florida Beer Blog. He was Suit's teacher back in school.
Nice.
He does a beer blog on. He's going to be joining me on that, so we're going to be talking about all that stuff and bringing it up and trying it out.
What time does the beer podcast start at Beer Fest?
Well, I think we're going to be, because, being out there where it's all noisy, I'm not sure we're going to set up, but it might be too noisy to be on the floor, so we might be kind of like quieter in the VIP little section that they have there.
Whoa.
So just so you know, like the stage is at one end, and then at the complete opposite end of the expo hall is Due South, Little Smiles, and KVJ all next to each other.
Oh, that might be cool.
So
If we could do it there, it just depends upon the echo, sound, all that
Sure.
stuff, but it might be cool to do it there.
It
It'll
might be
more
okay
quiet
there, though.
over there.
Yeah.
As long as there's not as long as there's no band going on, we should be fine.
The band is the other side, and we asked for that specifically. And
Oh,
Gabe,
cool.
Gabe, who puts it all together, really hooked it up and made it nice.
Awesome. Then, that might be where we do it. We haven't fully decided yet. Now, I'd like to do it where anybody could come up and just watch it, but I thought
Sure.
it has to be a certain level of quiet, because you're like, what?
I can't hear.
What do you do? We're doing a live podcast. All of a sudden, in the middle of the podcast, in front of everybody, some guy comes up to me and punches me and starts to attack me. You, Kevin Ralston, how do you handle it as a host?
No, I jump in.
Okay, all right.
Making sure you're safe first.
I go in my purse and I get the blade and then I stab him.
Is that really what would go down? I'm curious. No,
If he's hurting
if we're doing a podcast live like that, and all of a sudden someone's fucking me up, what do you two guys do?
I slit his throat
Yeah, we jump in.
and watch him bleed out.
Yeah.
Just seeing what.
I jump in, switch off, and I start getting my ass kicked. I give you a break. And I'm like, okay, can you go back to kicking ass again?
I go to stab the bad guy that's hurting you, and I accidentally stab Kevin.
Yes. Please stop helping Virginia. Can you start beating up on Jaybird again and then come back? And then we do that. We take enough punches until they get tired.
I'm just tickled to get the effort of just trying to help you. Whether you guys get your ass kicked or not, I like the effort.
And we'll get, maybe Denny's will jump in, take a few of the punches. Yeah. That's how we operate. Eventually, he's going to get tired, right?
Hopefully.
I mean, he's got to kick 3 or 4 guys' asses. We throw suits in there. I mean, you gotta be like, kicking everyone's ass is tiring.
Could one guy beat this entire morning show? I think one guy could.
He just
All
goes
right.
from
Don't
one to the
assume the
next.
weak's in the defense.
Like one tough guy from Okeechobee could definitely kick this entire morning show's staff's ass.
Oh, Don Conley could. Don Conley would beat the shit out of all of us. We wouldn't stand a chance. And 2 of us would die.
Isn't he dead now?
He is dead.
rest
But
in
I think even the
peace.
ghost of Don Conley could take us out.
Some would argue he's more be afraid of him.
Zombie
Yeah.
Don Connolly?
Oh,
Fuck that.
you can't beat him.
Zombie Don. ain't taking out
There's
Zombie.
no talking sense into that guy.
Zombie Donnie ain't taking him out.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't take that out.
No, you can't take that out. Twitter Mike sent an email. We were talking a little bit about the movie Crawl that had 12 million, but has a high Rotten Tomatoes score. Actually, not bad. And he said, a few things on the Rotten Tomatoes. It's not manipulated, because I'm wondering, okay, is somebody jacking up the scores and whatever? Somebody else said, no, if you know what you're getting, apparently this might be one of those campy horror directors.
People that go,
yeah, they know this guy's
guy.
work.
Got it.
And they're like, it is what you paid for.
And that Metacritic thing I was talking about,
Yeah.
I figured out what it was. It was both scores combined.
Yeah,
that
it's a
gives it.
culmination,
Yeah.
I believe, of all of them together. And he said, it's not manipulated. It's just the percentage of people that liked a movie. Box office, especially opening weekend numbers, do not equal how good or how bad a movie is. It's just how many people went to go see the movie. You don't know how good or bad a movie is until you see it. And you shouldn't expect every movie to make a lot of money. It's a case-by-case basis. Crawl had a $13.5 million budget. So basically everything after this weekend is going to be profits. So it's a success business-wise.
Twitter Mike, that's who that was? Twitter
Yeah.
Mike? Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, man.
He knows the movie scene.
Yeah,
I
he's-
think he does movie reviews on his Facebook.
Yeah.
Should, yeah. He really
He's
knows
in
his
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
He said, I really like Crawl. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. My biggest surprise movie this year so far.
Really?
Okay, well, see, I'm going to take his word. I will watch Crawl because of Twitter Mike.
Yeah, so don't look at it and say, just it was like 3rd place at the box office.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
And I don't always listen to critics either.
No, you shouldn't.
But we always listen to Twitter Mike.
I do listen to him. You're right. I do.
Yep.
Well, you got to just take it on like, okay, what every movie, depending upon what the genre is and what you're looking for. I love a lot of those, stupid frat boy kind of movies. The critically acclaimed, they're never going to be. But if somebody's like, look, man, if you love old school and
Well, if you go into old school like that one
Wedding
woman said,
Crashers, you're going to love this movie.
don't go in there thinking you're going to watch Gone with the Wind. It's just a mindless
I
movie.
like that dumb bro kind of comedy. We're going to rip on each other and drink too much and look stupid and, piss our pants. And I'm like, hell, I'm in. That's
I
my
feel
kind
like
of
those
movie.
movies aren't around right now.
No, they go in circles and cycles, and yeah, it's not a cycle for bro movies. Because you know what? I think with just our society right now,
You're right.
just kind of acting that way, acting like what is the term that they use in the PC? Toxic male toxicity?
Toxic,
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Something like
Toxic
that?
masculinity.
Toxic masculinity, something along those lines?
No, I just saw it in James Bond. There was an article that came
Yeah.
out, and the title was James Bond Now in a #MeToo era, and how it's going to change.
Yeah, did I read a headline that the new James Bond, they might go to a black female? I thought something like that.
Really?
I didn't know if that was.
I haven't heard that.
They're just spitballing ideas, but yeah. So yeah, your toxic masculinity right now is on the outs. So anything that's like a bro kind of, all that stuff is not going to do well.
Fascinating.
Or
How
You
will-
don't know if it's going to do well. It's not
it's-
being made.
Yeah, it's not being made because I think it's a bigger risk than it used to be.
Gotcha.
And I think with any movie, you're making it with considering the risk. And they're probably just saying, right now, there's a tone.
There's heat.
Right, there's a tone and heat, and it may come off like it's tone deaf.
But there'll be somebody that comes out and makes a over-the-top one just to say, well, I'm not scared.
It will, and that'll probably be huge if they made a really good one and they just said, "Look, we're going to be sensitive. We're going to understand how to ride the line.
Sure.
We're not going to do anything out of bounds that you can't defend, but it is going to the defensible. I'm just a dude, and I'm going to let me be a guy and not have to apologize for everything I do and say." If they do that movie and do it smart, yeah, probably be big because people be going, "Gosh, I'm so tired of walking on eggshells."
I think there is a temperature of people that are just really tired of walking on eggshells. We
Yeah.
talk about it here on the show.
Right. So if you did it right, it would probably be even bigger. Because they'd be going, "Yeah, this is me. Celebrating me. It's how I feel. I don't want to have to feel like I'm an asshole." Let me see here. Got a question here. I'm having a birthday party for my 10-year-old next month, and I need help finding a good deli besides Publix and major chain restaurants that caters to long party subs. I'm new to the Pizzle, but willing to travel to Palm Beach to pick up. Do you have any suggestions I can visit? Sincerely, Stephanie H. Love you guys, and Jay Bird, go fuck yourself.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Virginia. Would Joseph's Classic Market do something like this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are. To me, I love that place. They have just good dishes. Their hot dishes are great. Their subs are big and they are affordable.
Yeah, they do catering. They do all that. You just call them up and let them know what you want. If you're looking for that kind of stuff, they have a beautiful deli. They have a beautiful bakery, and everything is super fresh.
Someone told me I have to review their pizza.
Okay.
I think I might do that today.
You should.
All right.
I love it. Denny's Pizza Monday. Even though he don't eat no pizza. Maybe we'll do Mexican Monday. I'll do Pizza Tuesday tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, since you're going right there, will you go to Home Goods for me? I need something.
Sure. What do you want?
They have these cool glass doorknobs at Home Goods, but they don't have them at the Home Goods in Tequesta. They only have them at the one next to Joseph's.
I'll get them for you.
Didn't they use those on like really old houses?
I love it.
She's old and she lives in
They look like
Tequesta.
grandma's doorknob.
Welcome to Virginia's house in Tequesta. We've got glass doorknobs, and don't mess up my fine china.
I mean,
I
Virginia.
love a glass doorknob.
Panda, would you please put the doilies on the table?
Virginia in Tequesta sounds like you are 94 years old. I'm Virginia and I live in Tequesta.
And now I have glass doorknobs just to seal the deal.
You're right.
Yeah.
Doily is such an old person term.
Oh, yeah.
I love doilies.
Yeah, okay.
My grandma used to make doilies. I still have them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. That was a big grandma kind of thing. Welcome to it, Grandma Virginia. Michelle from the Pizzle said, I got a couple of questions and a comment. Virginia, how do you navigate with Magnolia when it concerns the podcast? There's a lot of adult content, and you say a lot of things that are very sexual. Is she allowed to listen? If not, how do you monitor that? You're my absolute favorite. I think you are great and love to hear your opinions on everything.
She knows she's not supposed to listen to the podcast. I don't think she listens to the podcast. I really, really don't, because she doesn't really like my act. She doesn't like Mommy from the Radio, because Mommy from the Radio talks about stuff that she doesn't want on the radio. So
Yeah, no, I get why she does not like Mommy on the radio.
she's not a fan of Mommy on the Radio.
Okay.
And she knows now, like, if there's stuff that goes down, she has to come to me specifically and say, Mom, do not talk about this on the radio.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Mags. Well, get in line, Mags. Get in line.
And there's stuff I'm sitting on right now that she will not let me talk about, and it's so good. She flip-flopped on me, too, because at first she said I couldn't talk about it. And I was like, all right. Very upset because I was running with it the next day. I was so happy.
It's clearly drama with another parent kid.
No. It's far more interesting and different than that.
Huh.
It's just so funny. Then she came and told me I could talk about it, and then she came back and said I couldn't. So
Crush?
I can win her back over.
All right.
I think I'll eventually be able to talk about it, but it's very fresh right now.
Okay.
Do you ever get any shit from Cannon where you're just like, Dad, don't talk about that stuff on the air?
No, I haven't gotten anything at all from him. I'm not sure how much he listens. I don't know if he really is too aware of the show. My oldest son, Colin, listens. But I think that's really about it. Caitlin hears a little bit here and there, and I think it's mainly what we post on Instagram because she only comments usually on the KVJ Hate Song.
I'm not listening to your show,
So
Dad. It's too long.
I don't know. If she does, that's about all I really hear. So I think occasionally she listens, but, it's infrequent. Colin's the big... Yeah,
At least you have some support. That's good.
Look, he's the smartest one. I mean, test scores don't lie. If we got Colin, I kind of am impressed.
Yeah, he's right there.
He's a scholar. The guy went to college, full ride, all these high scores.
Well, people always ask me what kind of shit we all get in our personal life from the stuff we talk about, because we do talk about a lot. And people are like, so what's your real personal life? Is it all just so fucked?
Yeah.
And I answer with, kind of, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, there is some stuff that I know I'm not allowed to talk about, and it sucks. And I don't.
And you shouldn't. If that's the agreement, you guys, you can't blast personal shit on the air that your family doesn't want, because then you are the asshole at that point.
You're absolutely right. But it doesn't mean you can't keep asking, hey, Mags, can I talk about this now? And one day she'll give me the green light. When enough time has passed, it does become easier to talk about everything.
That's always the worst, when you say something and you're just hoping that nobody in your family or circle heard it. You're just waiting for your phone to blow up.
That's why I spill most of my beanage before 7 a.m. because I know everybody in my house is still sleeping in the 6 o'clock.
And they're not going to go back and watch the replay.
Probably not. Unless they know they're in it.
I will tell
and
you
then
this.
They will.
I'll tell you what does bite us in the ass is fucking social media. I think I'm like you. It's 6:15. Then somebody puts up the clip on social media, and then it has this new life. Now people in Texas are hearing it. Rhode Island motherfuckers are hearing it.
Yeah, so that's just kind of it. I think luckily the family, they just kind of realize that, hey, there's a little bit of a public light that comes with stuff. And so they know that, and they jump in it. And, my daughter, Caitlin, she, for the most part, she's pretty shy. And so she, kind of like, she likes...
But she's funny, too.
She is funny.
She's really fun to be around.
Yeah, she is. She's a really cool, fun girl. And she's a little feisty. I mean, she doesn't like to be the center of attention kind of thing, but she's got a little bit of her mama in her. And, I posted a photo from when we went to the melting pot on Saturday, myself and the Mexican Queen. And somebody made a comment, and they wrote, those tats are horrid.
Oh, yeah, people are awful on social media.
Yeah, about the Queen's tattoos on her arm. And Caitlin responded, yes, says the one with the bright red hair. So Caitlin...
Kevin, the same thing with
went
my
right
family.
At her, yeah. And so she is like, she won't say much. She's pretty quiet, but if you attack her mama, then she'll come up. And she's actually pretty, she's got a
little cutting side.
Well, everybody in the family's very cutting. So you have to survive by being able to cut people down.
If you ain't gonna protect your mama, who you gonna protect?
Right.
Got a few Italian women in my family that if they are on social media and they see the little Jaybird getting beat up, I'm like, guys, you guys gotta calm down. You can't. The same kind of, they will go after people, and I'm used to it. And I have a few people that don't live down here, so they're not that active with everything. Yeah. So when they run into something like that and they see someone ripping on me apart, they will they'll go on their Facebook and, oh, really? So you live in fucking blah, blah, blah? Oh, what's up with your fucking husband with his fucking weird-ass mustache? They go.
Well, it's odd for people who don't do what we do. Yeah, if you're riding sidecar, yeah. If you defend the ones you love, yeah.
Totally.
You see that. So Caitlin's that way, but she was happy. She picked up 30 new followers. So,
Okay.
that was good. That was a bonus.
I got called into a meeting back at Wild 95.5 because I had a family member get into a fight with a listener.
Yes.
It happens.
It happens.
Look, they're protecting their family.
I get it.
Nobody can judge you for protecting your family.
I totally understand. And there's a sick side of me that likes it.
Well, let's get your sisters out on this one. More comments here from Michelle. Said, yes, my comment is for Jason.
Oh, boy.
I noticed when watching the live show / podcast, you are constantly on your laptop. I know you're probably scrolling for constant up-to-date material, but I feel like you were a little disengaged at times. Just some constructive criticism, I hope. Listening for 20-plus years and a faithful fan.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what to say other than I was probably helping Denny's with some stuff with the prep, and I've been drinking for a while. And I think that's about it. I was definitely into it. I mean, what part was I not into it? Was it after or before I chugged those 3 beers?
No, I think she's not. She's talking about just regularly, like on the show and the podcast.
Oh,
yes,
the regular podcast.
Yeah, she'll say she sees you over there just sometimes on your laptop, seeing like you're disengaged from the conversation.
No, sometimes
He's on Grindr.
Sometimes I feel like I talk too much and I like to just take a break back and hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, I don't want to be fucking talking. I'm listening though for sure.
Okay. Let me see here. This one is column out that we got late. Said, yeah, I saw my neighbor bump my other neighbor's car. The other neighbor complained to me that someone had hit her car and I didn't leave a note. I'm torn on if I should get involved. What do you think?
Oh,
Should I rat out our other neighbor?
Oh, no.
You are a witness, so I don't know if that makes you obligated in any way to do that. Normally, I would stay out of it, but the thing that does kind of suck is sometimes if you witness something you don't want to see, now you have like an obligation, I think sometimes even legally.
Okay, so here's how to do it. You either say nothing or you leave an anonymous note. But you cannot have it come back on you because these are your neighbors. You do not want a war in your yard.
Amen.
You don't want people on either side of you hating you because that is just too much negative energy in the place that's supposed to be your nest and your sanctuary. Yep. Do not start a war with your neighbors.
It can ruin everything. It really
can. And you think you're just trying to do the right thing, but now you're going to have that other neighbor all mad at you. It's got to be say nothing or leave an anonymous note.
Yeah, I think it'd be the better way to handle it.
Don't get involved.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't get drawn into drama.
Don't. Please don't. Because I had a neighbor one time that hated me, and I hated that. She was a bitch. I hated her, too. But it was just ugly. I don't know if you remember that, Kevin. It was when we first moved here. Mm-hmm. The girl on the other side of the wall of my apartment was always having loud sex.
I do remember,
So then I would beat on the wall,
and
then she would beat back, and then I would go beat on her door, and then she would beat back. Like, it was a whole thing. You don't want that. This is your place of like refuge in the world. You want to be safe when you go home. If you have a war with your neighbor, it is not good.
It's not. I've had some.
I know.
True.
I might have another one with this chick with the Great Dane.
Great Dane with the very active bowels.
Yeah, man. I can't believe this dog and what dumps it takes, and then just her brazenly looking at just him taking a dump.
Watches.
Just keep watching, huh? Come on, rascal. Come on, rascal. Come on. And the dog just runs as he's jumping on Chewy.
Rascal.
Whatever that dog's name is.
Did you see there was another one of those flesh-eating bacteria deaths? Again, Gulf of Mexico.
Another one.
Yeah, a woman said in a Facebook post that her father died after contracting flesh-eating bacteria while swimming in the Gulf of Mexico in Destin.
I saw this. So the dad was also fighting cancer, I think.
Yeah.
He had a compromised immune system already going on, and that little bacteria just got him.
That's why she did the post, because she said, look, anybody who has open wounds or compromised immune systems, you need to know that this water, there is toxic stuff in it. And, you know, they had gone to the hospital because his legs were really hurting, and she told her mom, because they were driving back to Memphis. They were out of Destin, her parents. She's like, tell the doctors it's flesh-eating bacteria. And the doctor's like, nah, I think it's probably just something like this or something like that. And boom, within 48 hours of being in the water, he was dead.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's so messed
Just like
up.
that.
Yeah.
That is messed up.
No, it is crazy stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that is a good... I mean, now this is all happening in the Gulf, but just for the
Cancel
weird...
that golf vacation this summer, kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would make you wonder. I mean, right now the stories are people that did have they were either older or questionable immune systems. That's been where the flesh
or injury.
Yeah. But, yeah, definitely something to pay attention to. Well, I didn't even think about it. Like, sometimes you may have, I don't think about that sometimes. It's been an out of sight, out of mind. I don't realize necessarily, technically I've got an open wound. I don't think about it because maybe I had a scratch from 2 weeks ago.
It's on your foot. You don't even see it.
Right. Yeah, your ankle, something like that.
Yeah, it's scary.
You got something weird on your leg.
I do. I'm still fighting this spider bite.
It's at minimum a spider bite. I've seen it before. My mom had that, and that's exactly what it started looking like. And it also looks like that could go into Impetigo if you're not careful.
I've been putting pharmaceutical grade antibiotic cream on it.
It's not working. You need to go to the doctor. You go to the doctor for a eyelash.
I know.
The time you have a fucking lesion off of your shin, that's the time you lay back.
I know,
right?
I got so much going on.
And how many stories have I had about flesh-eating bacteria and it's not even like ruffling her feathers?
Yeah, this is what you are. I can tell Mercury retro is happening with you because you would be at a doctor so quick.
It's got me so off my game. I'm not a good friend. I'm not a good parent. I'm not a good human right now.
Oh, shit.
Ugh, I can't.
Right. Take it easy. Throw the towel and she's had enough.
Mercury in retrograde is kicking my ass.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a bunch of bullshit with the media now because everyone's See, this is the first time this has ever happened? No, it's not.
No, but there's so much going on right now that is bad that I'm like, whoa. I feel like I'm getting sucker punched and then literally punched.
You make your mark. You make what you want to happen. You don't worry about this Mercury bullshit. If you want something to happen, I'm going to start that project today, Kevin. Fuck all these rules.
Okay.
Fuck you, Mercury upgrade, or whatever the hell you're called.
Yeah.
Mercury Rising.
Yeah. Something like that. Also got a shout out here from Katie from Lake City. Used to live in Clemson. Remember, I was going to try to meet up with her when I was in Clemson a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Been able to do that. She's now moved, so there went my Clemson connection. Said, hoping to get a quick shout-out and congratulations to my friends Greg, who's a longtime listener, and Cassandra. They just got engaged this past weekend. They're perfect for one another. I'm so happy for their happiness. There you go.
Nice.
That is lovely to see. And a shout-out to our former intern, Christina. She's able to watch today. It's her first day that she had a contract. Remember, we sent her to Houston to go work with Rula and Ryan there.
Yes.
Fantastic show. And so she's working on moving on to other things and stepping on up. And so she's kind of in between radio shows right now, so she's able to check us out today. So shout out to
we miss
her.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know Jaybird.
Yeah. He'd like you to come back and take my job.
Yeah.
You're looking for a gig.
What are you getting
He's interviewing.
What are you getting at here now? Well, I think we're blood in, blood out.
He's hoping this spider bite takes me out, and he doesn't have to do it.
No, I love you.
Oh.
All right, that's 1 day down. We got 4 more days to the Palm Beach Summer Beer Fest coming up on Saturday. You guys enjoy your Monday. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.